Hello and welcome back. I am so excited to have you guys here again. I am looking forward to this video. I just thought of doing this look just out of the blue. I have lots of colorful palettes, and one of my favorite ones is actually the Candylicious Palette, and there's a lot of shades I found in here that I wasn't really using, and I wanted to give it a go. So this is the look that I am going to show you guys how to do today. Aside from that, how are you guys doing with the quarantine? I can't even begin to explain how many emotions I have felt in this past almost 2 months now. I'm here in LA, and yeah, we've been in quarantine since the middle of March, and I feel like I've had my period like 5 times. Okay, anyone else? Like, I thought like one day I'm good, I'm like here, and then the next day I'm like way down here, and I'm here, and I'm here, and I'm here, and I'm here, and my boyfriend's like, oh my god. So I feel my most zen, most happy when I'm doing makeup, so I finally got out of bed and I'm like, okay, we're gonna film a video today. We're gonna have some fun. So if you guys wanna see how this look is done, just keep watching. Alright, so we're gonna dive in today using the Candylicious palette.
Oh my god, I left my mirror in the shot.
As I haven't actually used pink and purple together, but let's go for it. So I've already done my base, as you can see, contour and highlight and everything, and eyebrows, and then I'm gonna go in with a neutral like nude. So I'm using the color Cheesecake from the Candylicious palette. So I'm just gonna go in and I'm just gonna buff this across the whole lid. Lately I've come to find that I am really loving color, and I mean everyone can do a good brown smoky eye, and I'll probably do one of those as well, but this palette, the color payoff is actually really nice, and you'll see that when I use the next few colors here. Okay, so now that we got the base prepped, this just allows the next shadow to move and glide a little more smoothly on it, especially when we're blending. Lately, I've noticed a lot of people are commenting about how artists say, you know, blend this out, and you can try blending all you want, but it still may not look right. So I'm gonna do my best to kind of explain my journey, at least with blending here, because let me tell you, when I started blending, it was absolute just crap. So I had to do a little bit of looking at what I was doing and looking at a lot of videos, to be perfectly honest. We don't just come out of the womb, you know, blending absolute 100% beautiful. What I'm going to do here is just show you that I think a technique that I learned from Mitchell and P. Louise concealer base, if you guys are familiar, take a look at it. Absolutely great. I'm looking into purchasing it during this quarantine time so I can kind of play with it and get to know it a little bit better, but it really helps hold color and also helps with the blending. With further ado, I'm going to dive in here with grape soda, and I think the key is to just tap a little bit on the brush and then take something else and just tap it off, because you don't want the extra on there, because if you go in with too much, it's just gonna like stick horribly. You're not going to be able to really blend it out very well. You want to have the most delicate amount, especially working with a darker color. So I'm going to with the darker purple. I'm going to create the outer corner, like the smokiness of the purple first, and then we're going to go in the inner corner with the pink. So I'm going to start here, and I always love, especially if we're working the outer corner, starting right in that base here of the outer corner of the eye. And then I am just going to slowly blend, so you can see it's nice and soft. I'm sorry, I'm sweating so bad. It is probably noticeable, but I am in my room and I have no AC here in LA, and it decided to be 75 this week, and the neighbor decided to yell at me through the window the other day when me and my boyfriend were here and tell me to be quiet in a very stern way, and I was like, I don't like to fight back. So I'm like, okay, and I shut the window, and I'm like, well, now I just gotta shut the up and deal with this heat. So anyways, there might be a little upper lip perspiration throughout this video. So now I'm starting to work the product up towards the brow. I'm gonna bring it forward. So we're trying to kind of like following the effect of a wing liner. It's essentially taking the bottom part of your eye here, and you're going to kind of pretend that line kept going up and then hit the end of your eyebrow. That's kind of what you want to follow. And then I'm going to go up here. And again, I've only used, I think, 2 taps so far. And I'm now buffing this product, because really what we want to do first is get that first thin layer of color down so we know roughly where we're going. So I'm going to look with my eye open, and I want the color to be visible when I have my eye open. So I'm going to bring it forward and over. And then I'm going to do this and then fill in the rest of this area. Alright, so now I'm going to go in just a little heavier. I was using this brush, which is pretty small, as you can see, to do this whole line, but I want to get a little bit more intense with the color, and I want to really create that peak on the outer edge. So I'm going to be taking, yes, of course, oh, here it is, like right when I need something, I can't. So this is the Cozzete S185 brush. It's super small. It's really, really great, especially when you're starting to dabble in like more of truly art on your eyes. You want to be able to really be in control of what you're applying. So this is going to allow you to do more of a structure in your look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the base here, and I'm just going to amplify the color. I'm definitely going to stay within the buffed base area we've got going on here, so that it smokes out a little bit. We're not going with a harsh line. So yeah, I guess when it comes to blending, it's just like the less product you use and the more you sit and do this little stuff, and like don't be like whipping it all over, because I don't know why, but that was something I used to do, is I just like blend really, really hard. I thought, yeah, the harder, the more it's gonna spread out, right? No, it doesn't. It's just really soft, really delicate, and you can't do a good blend, especially if it's with a color product, if you're whipping through it. You gotta take a moment in time. You can definitely get faster with this. Knowing what pressure to use on the brush is huge. I will honestly and openly say that I am not very fast yet with this, especially with color, but I love to at least work slow and then get faster, because then I'm taking my time with this technique and it's really gonna improve my skills down the road. So as you can see, the purple has definitely gotten more enhanced. I'm really loving the way this looks, and I think we're gonna transition over to the pink. I'm gonna take a smaller brush because I kind of want to pat the pink in so it really amplifies that color. So I'm using this brush here. This is a MAC 228S. Amazing brush. Just buy it. There's so many different things you can do with this brush. It's amazing. Like anything from going underneath the eye real close, because like it's super precise. So I'm gonna go in with Peaches, and I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna just pat it and work it in the inner corner here, and I'm gonna work it into the purple. Oh, also pro tip, if you are sweating up here, which I definitely am, and you don't want to ruin your makeup, just take a Q-tip and lightly roll it. You'll avoid messing with what you've already got down. So if you're like me and your neighbors yelled at you and you're sweating and you have no AC, that's definitely the hack I recommend. So moving forward with Peaches, we're gonna... Camera just died. We had a little malfunction because I'm an idiot and forgot to charge it. So anyways, while I was hanging out letting it charge, I decided to go ahead and do the other eye and catch it up. And then I also went ahead and kept just packing that pink Peaches literally everywhere there was still that base color of cheesecake. So just going in until it met the purple and kind of pulling it right to that outer corner here. So now that we've got this done, I'm gonna now go in with Cotton Candy. Now, I've come to find that these shimmer shadows in the Candylicious palette, like let me show you how I would apply it with a brush. I'm gonna still use this guy, I'm gonna pat. So I'm gonna pick up Cotton Candy. They're very pigmented, and I wanna place it on the center of the lid. But like as you can see, I don't think I see anything. So I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna use my finger. Okay. I just really want this back half / middle to get the most pigment. So I'm literally gonna press. It is definitely much more visible when you use your finger. So I'm gonna kind of pull it back to the purple. We can go back in with the purple later and buff it out. But I am just packing it on top of each other and kind of following where that pink was, the Peaches. And then I'm gonna do the same on this side. And it's just like kind of pushing it into and packing it down really helps it hold. And I think that these shadows, what the heck is a shadow? I think these shadows are super shimmery and actually do really well on camera. And so I want to allow them to live to their full potential. So let's do this. Now, since it is a pink, it is a little more subtle. And when I say subtle, it's just a little more subtle than some of the other shimmers in here, like Pina or Pina. Oh wow, okay, I don't speak Spanish. But that one, yeah, look at that. Super intense. So that's what I'm comparing. Really? That's what I'm comparing it to. So anyways, moving forward, I really want to go in and brighten the inner corner. So I am going to use the, now where did I put it? Okay, so NYX, ignore the clearance symbol, but hey, gotta get stuff on a deal, you know? So this is the NYX, the loose pigments that they have. These are super bomb. So I'm gonna open this up and then dust a little bit into the cap. That's just kind of where I work with it. Under construction over here. It just doesn't like me, I guess. So anyways, this one's a really beautiful like champagne, lightly yellow neutral. What I want to do is first go in with like Milkshake from the palette here. So I'm going to take a different small brush. I'm going to use this one. It's actually a lip brush. It's got that short rounded front to it, or like whatever. It's a lip brush. Look it up. So anyways, I'm going to go in with Milkshake and I'm going to lightly pat that in this inner corner here. Okay. Very like neutral again. But just to kind of give it a base. Here's the huge trick. So when I go to use this loose pigment, I always use Fix Plus from MAC. This is my favorite setting spray, okay? So this is the Goldlite. and then you mix it up like this, but you know, we're just spraying it on the brush so that we can really pick up this loose pigment and then get it to stay. So I'm just gonna take the brush, I'm gonna prep it, and then I'm gonna go in, brush down, and I'm gonna go in and pick up that pigment, and you're gonna see this pay off in just a moment here, okay? So I'm gonna go in. Yep, nailed it. I'm gonna bring it up onto the inner corner a little bit up here. Oh my god, this shade is so gorgeous. Oh, screw it, I love glitter. We're gonna go up until it hits the shimmer from Cotton Candy. I really hope you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Absolutely gorgeous. Yep. Oh my god, I love this. I love it, I love it! Okay, I can't really afford like organizing shit right now, so anyways, I have red Soul cups on my desk, and this one's all full of glitters, so, or shimmers or anything like that that's loose. So I'm now just gonna go in with some liquid liner. I'm using Brush Black, the Brushstroke 24-hour liner from MAC. It looks like this, great felt tip. This is really nice if you wanna get a thin or thick line and just want a lot more control over what you're doing. I always start almost to the inner corner, essentially where the color of your eyeball ends. With my first swipe, pull back, and I go in a little bit further, and I keep that inner corner real small, like the line. Okay, now that I have the liner on, I just love fake lashes as well, so, don't mind me, I'm just gonna roll this off of there. So, I am going to curl my lashes, and then I'm gonna do mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back now with lashes curled, and I used this new mascara I got in my Ipsy bag. It's called Thrive Cosmetics, spelled C-A-U-S-E Medics, and it came in this little aqua tube. It's actually really amazing. I really like it. It lengthens, like spreads my lashes and adds volume without it looking clumpy or getting to be too much. And then my favorite part is that the brush looks like this. So it's really precise, and like the little bristles on it are so short. I haven't done lower lashes yet, but when I do the lower lashes, so much easier to have more control over it so that way you don't nick your skin. You know, I just decided I'm gonna do the lashes off camera as well, but they are the Everyday or the Big Day Lash by Lilly Lashes. I believe that's part of their Sephora collection, but I will link them below. They're gorgeous. I'm gonna go put those on and I will be right back. There we are. We got the lashes on. So I really love these. These lashes are very like airy in a way, but still full, so they give you that nice luminous look. And then also the airiness is important because we are doing like a fun color look, and I want to be able to still see the color because there's some lashes out there that are just too intense. You gotta make sure you're doing a lot around it for you to see it, and I think we kind of more or less followed the shape of our eye, so when I look straight at you guys, you can just see a little bit of the purple, which is really nice. Now, I laughed. I was just telling my best friend off camera how this is my everyday look. Hello, yes, this is me going to grocery store. But truly, because of the way it's sitting with these lashes, she even said she'd wear this. So I'm really excited about the look. And then to top this whole thing off, I'm just gonna take a more skinny brush like this, because we're gonna go underneath the eyes. So this is just a Morphe brush that I've had for 500 years. And I have no idea what the number is, and I don't know if there even was one. Who knows? But I'm gonna pick up the purple and we're gonna bring it underneath, okay? And then go about, 3/4 of the way. Just like that. Do that on the same side, on the other side. You guys, I'm really loving the way this turned out. I've never even used these two colors together before. If only there was someplace to go, but we're all stuck in quarantine. Honestly, I'm losing my mind a little bit. The last few days have been so unmotivated. I'm just gonna say it. I was playing Webkins yesterday. Not sure if you guys know what that is, or if you have one, you may now feel re-inspired, because that's how I felt when my cousin actually told me that she started playing hers again. And I was like, oh, yeah, let's do it. To wrap this up, while I'm finishing up, I'm also gonna go in with a little bit of black. Now it's black sugar in this palette, and just put it in that outer corner. Anyways, to top off the look, I just added just a touch of mascara. I didn't even bring it all the way down to the end of the lashes because I personally have longer lower lashes, and I've come to find that when I do the whole thing, they almost look a little spidery. But in some looks, they look really great, but I didn't really bring that purple down. Like, you can really buff out an undercolor, so since I didn't do that, I kept the lashes a little bit shorter. I'm gonna go back in with Milkshake. I just wanna do the classic under, just to hit that, oh, yes. Just to hit that under that arch. And then lips. So I have this liquid lipstick. I think this is gonna match nicely. Let's give it a go. If it doesn't, we're gonna scratch it. It's like more of a muted pink, which I really like because then it lets the eyes do all the talking. I'm just gonna let that dry down. I know it looks super intense, but this stuff is really finicky and I'm not here for it. But I am here for the color. And then I'm gonna take the Steve Laurent, also from an Ipsy bag I got. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and pop it on top. Yes. Yes! Show me that pout. And there we have it. Oh my god, I love me a good pout. So yes, this is the final look. Take these fun little pins out. Here you go, you guys. Let me give you all a close-up. I am loving this look. This has been so much fun to create for you guys. Again, I will link all the products down below. I really hope the blending helped and I will try to incorporate more on the blending because I really think it all comes down to the blending. So I'm so glad you guys were hanging out with me today. Please hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this and stay tuned for more videos. I love you all.